Many of you know, I've talked about it multiple times. I really do love Venom. I mean, I love this tank top. I just love the character of Venom, and I've talked about before how that was like one of my first introduction into like the, Spider-Man universe, watching that cartoon and seeing Venom in that whole, space shuttle crashing and everything, and I've really enjoyed the character since then. My wife really likes the character, the symbiotes and everything, so there was a lot to like, with the exception of what the movies are doing. But in that Variety article that published, I've done a couple videos, different topics. I want to talk about one thing that really stood out to me, and I did put it in here in a notepad, so sorry for no fancy editing, but this is how I have to read it, so here we go. Here's what they say. There are still many legal restrictions for both studios, Marvel and, of course, Disney versus Sony. That's what they're talking about with the two studios, such as the upcoming Venom being in the same world as Spider-Man Homecoming, yet not in the same narrative as the MCU. This means Tom Holland could potentially appear in a Marvel film produced by Sony, but that Captain America won't ever drop by. However, as noted by Variety, these agreements and restrictions that are currently in place could at some point see modifications that allow more crossovers to occur. This means Tom Holland could potentially appear in a Marvel film produced by Sony. Okay, and they openly say right there, Venom being in the same world as Spider-Man Homecoming, yet not in the same narrative as the MCU. So what does this mean? Well, it's interesting. It's so much like mind-boggling crap they're throwing at you, right? Because nothing's making sense, nothing's spelling out a coherative yes or no, but it seems what they're saying, it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of like the Netflix shows. Venom exists, Tom Holland can stop by, but whatever happens in these movies ain't ever going to be acknowledged. And that seems counterintuitive to Marvel's plan because that would cause confusion. Honestly, I don't know what to think. I think it's all down to Venom. When we see Venom, if Tom Holland shows up or a different Spider-Man, then I think we got it. Until then, I guess it is what it is. Just go buy the notes from Variety.